Ugh. Hey, Buddy, how's it going? Also, hey, Internet, in general. Doing the Chemy Cat tonight. I don't know if we'll finish Gotchard tonight, but we'll get close. Like the closest we've been since we started. On a thing that I thought, oh, this will take like just the last month of the year. Nope. Oh, well. Before we do that, a couple quick things I wanted to talk about. So, first up, it's been really quiet for blockies, like, for a while. Like, they haven't been posting anything on their Weibo except for, like, this one Detective Conan statue, I think? And, like, one of their Powerpuff Girls sets. So, we're kind of in, like, in a holding pattern for blockies. I'm guessing they're kind of holding off until Playfair next month. For the most part. At least in terms of anything big. I think that's end of next month. I know I showed it, but I have forgotten the date. But, we did just get this, spotted it in the Soda Pop Discord from one of the folks there. Second set of Blockies wheels, for Transformers. That is their Hot Wheels equivalent, literal Hot Wheels equivalent, because it also is 1/64th in scale. So that's cool to see. But a big thing that made the rounds, CES was this week. That's the Computer Electronics Show, which is basically a big tech trade show out in Vegas. Lego showed off their smart bricks finally. We finally see what the fuck this is after months and months and months of waiting. Now, just to be clear, the reason we're talking about this primarily is because this is a company-wide initiative, meaning it affects all of their sets going forward. It is not going to be primarily like, they're not going to be like, every Lego set has this crap in it. No. But all of their themes are going to have this to some extent. I think from the Lego Star Wars leaks, it's kind of a 60-40 split where it's like a lot of sets won't have this, but at least like it's not like literally 60-40, but like think of it that way. Like a majority of your Lego sets will not have this, but some will. So yeah. But the big thing is, hey, you remember how Lego has the Pokemon license? Well, guess what? Also, 1 second. It kept showing a thing, and I was not going to call attention to it until I got rid of it. Anywho, they picked up the Pokemon license last year from Mega Bloks. And guess what's going to have a lot of this stuff integrated in it? The Lego Pokemon stuff. As far as we know, it seems like a majority of the Pokemon Lego sets are going to have this stuff in them. So instead of that 60-40 where it's like most of them won't be, specifically Star Wars, because they've shown this off with Star Wars, Lego Star Wars first. It's going to be the other way around, where most of your Pokemon sets this year are going to have this stuff in it. That's because there's nothing to show for the Pokemon at the moment. All we have in terms of Lego Pokemon are listings with names. We have seen the actual Lego Star Wars sets. I'd have to go find pictures and stuff of it, but we don't know what the Lego Pokemon sets look like yet. We probably won't see what they look like until next month for Pokemon Day. I remember it was like sometime last year, word was they wouldn't be officially announced until in and around Pokemon Day, which is like end of February. So basically, don't expect to see Lego Pokemon in any capacity until end of February. But we do have Lego Star Wars as an example, and I'll see if I can find some pictures of the Lego Star Wars stuff. But what the hell is this system for those curious? So the big thing is this smart brick. This is like the core piece of it. Basically, it's a battery-powered lights, sounds, and accelerometer brick that's 2x4. It's actually technically a little bit bigger than a 2x4 brick, a little taller than a 2x4 brick. And it reacts to these smart tags, which are little 2x2 tiles, and it's smart minifigures, which are regular minifigures that have RFID chips in them. At least I assume it's RFID chips. I'm not sure actually what chip they have in the smart minifigs, but they are chipped to some capacity. But basically, this brick reads these along with colored tiles to react and do things and stuff. So see if I can find something. Does this have pictures? Yes, it does. It has a little GIF. That is a tiny picture. Can we get a bigger picture? That's a bigger picture. Okay, so at CES, they revealed these 3 sets. An X-Wing set, a TIE Fighter for Vader set, and then this Throne Room Duel set. All of these have smart bricks. All of these have smart minifigures and smart tags. And basically, you put the bricks into certain parts of this and you have them interact with stuff and they do things. So like as up here, when you have the 2 smart bricks on the thing, you'll get lightsaber sounds and stuff as you're dueling. You put it in the X-Wing here, you get swooshing sounds of flying the ship. And little firing sounds, because there's a button back here to like push forward a little tag so it's underneath the brick to get missile firing sounds, basically. That sort of thing. The same with the TIE Interceptor. In the like. But yeah. From the videos, and I don't have a video at the moment. I don't think I would play the video because I don't know how copyright would play with that. The sound quality is not great. I don't know if it's because they're filming these in a big open, like, hotel lobby, basically, or a big, like, convention floor. So, like, it's really hard to hear them, but I have a hard time hearing anything in the videos from these. But when I have gotten a good ear on them, they don't sound great. The noises don't sound good. Also, as like several Lego YouTubers I've watched talked about it, the builds are compromised because these bricks have to be easily accessible and put in. So like that X-Wing is fully built. Like this is the full build for the X-Wing. You don't get an enclosed cockpit at all because that brick has to be out in the open. The brick for the TIE fighter is actually in the back, but the back is completely open. And as you saw in the throne room set, the bricks are just on the back of these little stands. So, not great. Prices aren't great either. The X-Wing, I think is the X-Wing 70 or the TIE Interceptor 70? Let me see if the article has it. So the Vader set is 70. The throne room duel is 160. I think the X-Wing's 90. I believe the X-Wing's 90 because it's in between the two of them. So yeah, that's expensive, even by Lego standards. That's an upcharge and a half. Additionally, an article has come out with folks that were in London, who got to go hands-on with the sets and stuff, I guess at a show in London. Basically said that the bricks have a 45-minute charge or 45-minute battery life, with continuous use. And they take about 2 hours to charge on the included charging pad, which is basically you just I don't think there's a picture of it anywhere, but it's just this big yellow pad that you just dump the brick on to a little like divot to charge, which means it's like one of those like wireless chargers, which I'm pretty sure take longer to charge than if you were to plug it into anything, which probably explains the 2-hour charge on them more than anything. Because I'm pretty sure wireless charging takes longer than wired charging. Oh, fuck. Good news! Path of Radiance is on the GameCube Classics now. For Switch 2. Hell yeah. I just see someone say that in Discord. I'm like, wait, what? Oh, fuck. Hell yeah. And they apparently put the ODST on that Nintendo Music app. But yeah, this is not great. Much like every other time, as folks have pointed out, every other time Lego is trying to incorporate fancy technology into their Lego sets, just doesn't look like it's going to go well. Because everyone is just like, oh, this is made for the kids. This is for the kids. And I go, that price tag ain't for the fucking kids. That price tag is basically to be like, hey, mom, dad, can you get this for me? And I'm pretty sure the parents are going to be like, this seems a bit much. Are you sure you don't want a cheaper Lego set? But yeah, I just... Probably, be honest. But yeah, every Lego YouTuber I've looked at a video out on this has just been like, nope, this sucks. Nope, this is bad. Nope, don't like this. I guess it's for the kids, but that's not me. And I'm like, with how much Lego sells to an adult audience, and every adult audience member is just like, no. And it again brings up the history of Lego trying to incorporate tech into their Lego sets and how much it goes badly, like 99% of the time, I'm just like, well, this will last like a year at best. Well, at worst, it'll probably last a year. It'll probably last about 2 years. Or at best, it'll last a year. At worst, it will last 3. Because Lego usually has stuff planned for about 3 years, at least when they're themes. I would assume they have about 3 years worth of this stuff planned. Because I asked the question, and this is like one of those things you probably don't think about. How cross-compatible are those Lego bricks? Are these smart bricks? Like, as you can see in this picture, there's nothing special about this smart brick. Like, visually. Like, it is just a black 2x4 with a clear top. What happens when you mix this with a different set? Are they essentially the same smart brick? Are they not set specific? Because depending on that, that means they're pre-planned for a certain amount of time because they're preloaded with a certain amount of sound effects, recognition, and the like. So they have to plan this so far in advance because they kind of can't break out of what's pre-programmed in the brick without releasing another smart brick. And then they would have to specify that as a different smart brick. But from what some folks told me when I asked the question, these smart bricks are all the same, regardless of what set you pick them up in. So more than likely, we're probably looking at a year. I'm also curious because, again, as videos have shown, they're very generic sounding across the board. Even the Star Wars ones are generic sounding with their sound effects. So how much of it is homogenized across the different themes? Because like I said, this is company-wide. Ninjago's getting this stuff. Pokemon's getting this. Lego City's going to get it, etc., etc., etc. But yeah, it's not great. I showed my mom this, and it was just like, she's like, yeah, no, that's not great. Like, this is not good. And everyone I have seen, I stumbled across a short from a not Lego person who's like, this is dumb. And I'm like, yeah, that's not great. Nothing about this sounds good. Nothing about it. You've compromised the build of Lego designs, of Lego sets. Increased the price on Lego sets when people were already complaining about prices before this. Bear in mind, I could not watch a video last year of certain Lego sets without someone complaining about the price. And you're increasing the prices with dumb, gimmicky tech bullshit? And the dumb, gimmicky tech bullshit essentially amounts to whoosh, whoosh. Like it can make the whoosh sounds for you if you don't want to make the whoosh sounds. Like, this is going to go terribly. And what's bad is, like I said, the reason we're talking about all this to start with. Let me find a list real quick. I have to scroll back in the Discord for it. Well, I can't find the initial one, but all of these, all. Wow, that's a terrible color and size. 1 second. All of these sets here for summer are smart bricks sets. Because it reads technology and stuff, that's why it's called smart. It's just a shorthand tech speak bullshit thing. I wouldn't put too much thought into that specific terminology. But yeah, all of these sets you see here are smart bricks. This is a majority of Pokemon this year, because we're getting a small amount of sets in March that are not smart brick, but this outweighs that. Most of Lego Pokemon is going to be smart bricked. Just like how basically all, like, most of Mario is like proto smart brick, because it's the smart minifigures, those like electronic minifigures that they have in the Mario stuff. And people are dunking on this smart brick stuff in mass. This might tank Lego Pokemon hard. Like, it'll get propped up from people just buying it because it's Pokemon, but this is going to compromise all of the Pokemon stuff, and that's going to suck. It feels bad because it's like, well, Mario has all the dumb, like, electronic minifigure stuff. Pokemon now is going to have all this dumb smart brick stuff. The only good Lego Nintendo thing are the console builds that they did, and, like, the now 2 Legend of Zelda sets. Because they're normal ass fucking Lego stuff. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about this. I might throw this back into the news for Sunday. I might not, because we're not at the specific game related portion of this at the moment. But we now have a good idea of what a Lego set designed around smart bricks looks like, and it's not great. And most of Lego Pokemon is going to be designed like that, and that sucks. It would have been nice if this was just normal ass fucking Lego. Anywho, we're back to Gotchard today. I'm gonna do like one thing to the head. Or no, I'm gonna leave the head as is, and we're gonna get those antenna done. We're gonna get the antenna and the wings done. Depending on the time, we might get the arms done as well, but I'm not sure. Is that one? Okay. Oh boy. Yeah. Yeah, look. Sunshine is an acquired taste. I'm one of those sickos who loves Sunshine, even with all of its faults. Tommy is not one of those people, as we have demonstrated several times. So I'm not surprised you're annoyed by anything involving Sunshine. Because that was the second 3D Mario, basically. Like, consider that. That's their second ever attempt at a 3D Mario. Do a test fair. That is mate. That is not insert. Yeah, I saw it the other day as well. I'm like, damn. Look at all these old people. What's there? That later. Okay, so we need to shrink that. You know what? I don't need the head open. Where is that edge coming from? It's going to bug me. Really off the... I mean... You know what? Just leave it alone. Just leave it. I mean, Xavier is old as shit. And Magneto is old as shit. Their actors are old as shit. That's basically what they did with Xavier already, because Xavier shows up in Doctor Strange. He was quite literally there for 2 scenes and got murdered. So, like, they're probably going to show up to get murked and call it a day. They're not going to ask a whole lot of Patrick Stewart, probably because Patrick Stewart can't do a whole lot. Oh god, not the Crisis ones that were dog shit. One of the folks I follow on YouTube was like, I don't want to talk about these movies because they're dog shit. They're dog shit adaptation of Crisis. And I'm like, yeah. As far as I understand, the Crisis on Infinite Earths animated movies are, in fact, dog shit. I mean, there's a concept for that in Marvel. It's called incursions. That's basically what they're adapting, is the incursion stuff from Hickman's Avengers run into his Secret Wars. So, I'll explain what happens in the Hickman run, because that's basically what they're pulling from to do all of this Doomsday Secret Wars stuff. So in that, the incursions were happening because, to be honest, I honestly do not know why the incursions were happening. It had nothing to do with Doom. I can tell you this much. It honestly had nothing to do with anybody. The Illuminati, which were basically the head peoples of all the different parts of the Marvel Universe, were trying to stop the incursions, but nothing was working. Excuse me. The incursions were basically universe collide, one or both go boom. Doom eventually got godhood powers because of stuff I honestly don't remember, and created Battle World, which was basically like different parts of these different universes patched together into one world, and he was God Emperor Doom, and he ruled it. Eventually this was undone, restarted the multiverse, but because of that, the Ultimate Universe didn't exist anymore, which is why Miles was in normal comics continuity for, like, till now, basically. But yeah, that's what they're pulling from. So, like, Doom is going to be like, I'm going to stop the incursions, but also I'm going to use it to gain godly powers because I'm fucking Doom. Really? Let's reconnect that. That sucks. I've just been enjoying Games Done Quick as it's aired this week. The Cursed Halo run was everything I wanted. Honestly, I am not surprised that the Cursed Halo run, 90% of the movement tech is blunderbuss backwards to move faster forward. I'm like, yeah, that would be 90% of the movement tech. And also just, we don't roll the D20. We do not want to roll that D20 because we don't want whatever's going to pop out of it. I didn't know there was 90 things in the D20, to be honest. But I know that some of the things in that D20 are like, yeah, no, that kills the run immediately. Also, I'm sad they skipped the Mario Kart levels. I understand why they skipped the Mario Kart levels, because A, they're not the Halo levels. And B, I'm pretty sure there's no speed tech in them. Because you're just doing Mario Kart levels. But I'm sad that no one got surprised by, hey, by the way, here, we have to drive 6 Mario Kart levels. Just randomly. Mario Kart 64. You have to do 6 Mario Kart levels. I forget what after which level. If you watch the run, whenever he skipped, it looks like he skips a bunch of levels on what, in Cursed Halo? That's been in the mod since day one. We've streamed Cursed Halo and done those exact Mario Kart levels. Yeah. Yeah, it's Mario 64 Mario Kart levels. No, not Mario Kart 64 speed run. No. No, there are Mario Kart 64 tracks put into the Cursed Halo mod. Yeah. 1 second. I will pull up our run through of Cursed Halo. You're asking a lot of questions of a mod. Because I can tell you this much. The reason the guy put it in the mod was because he could. Like, why is there Minecraft things in the mod? Because he could. Why is there Buff Riku that's a giant PNG that has a damage aura? Because. Why is which is one of the things that comes out of the D20, mind you. Why is there just a nuke that comes out of the D20? Because. Oh, okay. I just got to the point. But it's I want to say it's 6 tracks if I remember right, because it's the beach track, the ranch track, Peach's Castle, Bowser's Castle, Wario Stadium, in the docks. So it's 6 tracks you have to run through before you get back to playing vanilla Halo. And it's built into the mod itself. There's a cutscene that leads into it. Yeah, it's all Mario Kart 64 tracks, like I said. It's all Mario Kart 64 tracks ported into Halo's engine. Because Inferno Plus good. Therefore he did. Literally, he has videos talking about him working on the mod and showing off things in the mod. And basically every time he talks about anytime he's just like, why did I do this? Because why is there the long hog? Which is basically a limousine length hog with all seats that are fillable. Why? Because why is there a wide hog? Why is there a big hog? That you have to platform to get into the fucking driver's seat? Because I wanted to see if the game... I think Inferno basically was just like, I want to see if I could break the game. If I could make something stupid enough, the game just goes, no. And the game won't say no. Like, why does the ghost do donuts while you're trying to drive it? Because... That's why I'm excited for us to play the Cursed Halo 2 mod that came out recently, because I've watched nothing. I was just like, well, that's the opening cutscene. I'm watching nothing else from the one person I saw, because I'm like, I don't see anything else. I refuse to see anything else about this. Exactly. That's why whenever I've described Cursed Halo to someone else, I just give one example of a thing and don't give anything else. I will be like, it has a sniper that takes a minute to shoot its bullet. Or it has a rocket launcher that shoots backwards. Because half the fun of the Halo mod is to pick up a gun and go, the fuck does this do? And then shoot it and go, oh, it does this, and go, that's dog shit, or that's amazing. Because that's the entire point of the game, is just like, there's like 50 plus, there's like 20 plus extra guns in that game. And some of them are crap, and they are supposed to be crap. There's a pistol that shoots into your head, that shoots backwards, i.e. directly into your skull. Is that useful? Fuck no. But that's the point. It is dog shit. But then there's like the big pistol, which is just an oversized version of the Halo 1 pistol. Is it better? Yes. To a certain extent. Oh, shoot. But yeah, the Cursed Halo mods, because bear in mind, that's just Halo 1. We have now one for 2. We have had one for 3 forever. We've had one for ODST forever, and we have one for Reach. They are all about as dumb and wonderful. They all have their dumb, stupid, wonderful things that make them amazing. And I love that at least all of the Bungie ones are done. And it's real easy to install because all you need to do is just have Halo on Steam, have the Master Chief Collection on Steam, and then go to the Steam Workshop, go to the Cursed Halos mod page, and just subscribe. Just click the button, and it's done. Steam does all the work of installing the mod. You have to do no work to install the mod. Except click one button. Oh, they have like a low player count at the moment. Okay, I need to... Oh, I do encourage, if you can't donate, or if you want to donate and guarantee something uh, for your money. Even though one of these things is technically currently free. There is the Humble Bundle for Games Done Quick. Oh. Well. But there is a Humble Bundle for Games Done Quick. They've been doing this the last couple of years. You can pick up a bunch of games. These are all Steam keys. That could be worse. That could be worse, to be honest. Unfortunately, Tower Defense 6 is currently free on Epic at the moment, which is a bit poor timing. But, you only have to pay like $10 and you get everything. But I will say, if you do decide to do this, come down here. Adjust, what goes where accordingly. Make sure most of your money is going to the charity. Just putting it out there. Because by default, you're only putting like 50 cents to charity. Most of the money is actually going to the publishers. I guess that depends. I would assume it's publisher / developer since that's self-published technically. I believe yeah, Shovel Knight is self-published. But yeah. If not, then that's even less going to devs, so you might as well put it to a better cause. But yeah, I can definitely say from experience, this is a good pickup. It's Shovel Knight. This is a good pickup, but like I said, it's free on Epic at the moment, so if you don't want to pay $10 for it plus other stuff. I've heard BPM is good. I don't remember if Fear 2 is one of the good fears, but I think it is. But I'm not... oh, Nuclear Throne is pretty good. It is a roguelike, but it's pretty good. I'm not familiar with the rest of these, though, so your mileage may vary. But again, you're paying $10 for 10 games. You're paying $1 a piece for them, at minimum. There are worse propositions you could have at the moment. And like I said, these are all just Steam keys once you buy them. So you just put them into Steam and Steam's like, okay, here you go. And if you don't want them, like, just throw them out to the internet. I've done that before with bundles where I think there was one of these bundles that had Bloodstain in it, and I already own Bloodstain, so I bought the bundle, and then just went, who wants a Bloodstain key? Here you go. Because I didn't need it. So I was just like, here, free Bloodstain Steam key. Here you go, have fun. I don't need it. put it 5 down. Okay. Or I forget where I put it. Also, I loved how it's like, hey, pick up Bloons Tower Defense 6. And I'm like, I've had that game for free for a couple of years now because Epic gave it away for free a long ass time ago. All right. I actually cleaned physically my PC this morning because I was up super early this morning. I went to bed late or early last night. So I just cleaned out some dust and stuff that was gathering in it. Also, since you mentioned it in the Discord, Devil Spidey, yeah, I don't know if you saw what I spoiler tagged, but yeah. Oh, yeah, I was just about to talk about that since you put it in the Discord, like, this week. Like, yeah, no, you could probably throw at least two routes together. Honestly, Golden Deer and Church could be thrown together because they're basically the same route in a lot of respects. I think even map-wise, they're the same route. But yeah, like, the back end of Three Houses is where the game kind of ran out of money and ran out of time. Like, I've talked about it before, how, like, the proper Black Eagles route. Honestly, yeah. Like, the only problem with that is, if you haven't noticed, Claude is kind of odd man out of the three house leaders because he has nothing to do with the wider, like, lore and stuff with Three Houses. Like, Edelgard and Dimitri are tied to the Agarthans for various reasons. But Claude's like, hi, I'm over here, not from this country like Petra is. Why are y'all a little too crazy? Y'all need to chill. It also doesn't help that the Golden Deer are basically the fuck-ups. They are the odd squad. But yeah, like, they could do a lot with the back end. That's why, like, Three Hopes is a little bit better. Yeah, exactly. But Golden Deer has all the Slither into Darkness Agarthan stuff, which you think would be important for Edelgard. But no, she gets none of that, even though the entire point of her doing everything was because the Agarthans experimented on, killed her family with experimentations. cut her lifespan in half because of the experimentations done on her. And the entire point of her doing all this is to tear down the fucking society that they are manipulating. And yet Edelgard gets none of it. She doesn't get the end of her conflict. Yeah, no, here's the thing. Edelgard is not a bad person. She is not the bad guy of Three Houses. Even if she is basically the end of the conflict for, like, a lot of the routes. Edelgard made some poor choices when she had very little options and basically went, well, everything I do is for the betterment of Fodlan, and if I have to go down as a monster, I will go down as a fucking monster. Exactly. That's also, like, the thing about Three Houses is that depending on your route, you get these different perspectives on the characters. Like, if you do the Black Eagles route, you look at Dimitri and he's just like a blood-hungry, I will soak the lands with blood, like, he's lost his fucking mind. But then you play the Blue Lions and it's like, no, he's not that far gone. Not mostly. And it's just, like, the reason for all of it is because he's just so traumatized. Yeah. But yeah, like, that's like technically why there's discourse in Three Houses, is because people played one route and then just assumed that the character was, that was all the character was on off that one route, without going to the other routes and going, oh hey, there's a little bit more to these characters. That's like Three Houses' biggest strength is its characters, which is why people love that game, even with all of its shortcomings. That cast is stupid good. I do wish the back end of the routes were better. I wish the Black Eagles route was a lot better. Like the proper Black Eagles route. Honestly, there shouldn't have just been a church route. I don't know why there was a church route. I don't know why the Black Eagles route is the hidden route. There just should not have been a church route. You should have just been sided with Edelgard and just ran with it. It's like, hey, pick someone who seems like the bad guy. You're with them with the long haul, and you get to see why they thought they were the bad guy, but they're not. Oh, it's not tweak stuff. It is finish the game. I don't mean it's tweak stuff. It's not even a hidden ending. Like, the divergence from within Black Eagles between the Black Eagles and the church route happens before the second half of the game. Like, that's in part 1 of the game when you make that choice. And as I've showed, like, the Black Eagles, the proper Black Eagles route is really short in the back end, in that second half, than the war, or as people call it, the war phase. As compared to the church route, which is like standard length. And I don't know if I honestly, I don't think Deer and Lions needed alternatives. Honestly, I think, if I'm going to be honest, I think part of the problem with current Fire Emblem is that they're doing these multi-route stuff, and they need to not do multi-route stuff and just make one route and just put everything into the one route in the one story of the game. Like, I get wanting to have some replayability, but having 4 routes really split the budget, and it shows. Yeah. Yeah. That's, Welcome to the wonder that is... Wait, is Fortune's Weave a sequel? Or is it a prequel? Or is it something else entirely? That is the fun of Fortune's Weave at the moment of just like, we have no idea what this is. We just know it's 3 houses adjacent. We just don't know how it's related to 3 houses. Because there's evidence both ways of like, well, this is a prequel because Sothis is here. Sothis is here, and Sothis can't exist in a sequel like to 3 houses. But is it a sequel? Because this looks way more like, way more than what Fodlan was last time we saw it. So, honestly, I'm just like, we'll just wait and see. I'm just happy there's another Fire Emblem, even if it, like, it doesn't matter if it's 3 houses adjacent. I'm just like, hey, it's another Fire Emblem game. That's good enough for me. I just hope it's better than Engage. Because Engage, while fine, it could have been a lot better. Oh, shoot. Realize that needs to go up above. Yeah, I was seeing talk of that apparently, like, some websites are saying that's gonna be a thing. They gotta put something out the door because they're still working on Witcher 4. So, I assume that's the only reason. Alright, let's hope I did this right. If I were to guess, it's more than, if this is true, it is probably some smaller team within CD Projekt Red that they have tasked with making another expansion to Witcher 3, either to tie into Witcher 4 or just to buy time and just put Witcher back on people's maps or people's radars before they put Witcher 4 out. That'd be my guess. Like, it wouldn't really take resources away from Witcher 4 because it's like this small team, because that's the thing you have to remember in game development. An entire studio is not working on one thing, like 90% of the time. there's teams within studios, especially your really big studios. Like Game, for example, has 2 development teams within its one studio. Like, at the same time that they were developing Sword and Shield, they were developing something completely unrelated to Pokemon. And those were 2 separate teams. So it's probably a smaller team. Like, that's honestly how it normally goes. You have your main team finish development on the game, and then a smaller team, smaller group within that team continues development for DLCs and expansions and stuff, while everybody else moves on to whatever new major thing the company's working on. That's just common practice. That's there. Probably, yeah. I would firmly say, yeah, you're probably gonna have to, because they would be under, assuming it's paid DLC to start with, because it might just be free. Who knows? They would be under no obligation to include that with the rest of the DLC or with any edition of the game you bought already, because that was not promised to start with. That one going. That ain't easy. So make it taller, probably bigger. I know. No, no, no. Shush. Yeah, that'd be. Okay. S- okay. Hey, people still do ads for Raid Shadow Legends. It would help before I start changing stuff. I mean, the Lego stuff was at CES, but I'm honestly not that interested in whatever shows up at CES. As I'm like, some of this is just whatever. Yep. There's a reason to not care. Um. put those back in. Maybe just don't invest in AI. Maybe stop trying to appease your machine god. Stop making blood sacrifices to the blood gods, to your machine gods. That might solve your problems. It cannot make you infinite money. It doesn't matter how much blood you sacrifice to it. It won't make you infinite money. Stop it. Okay. Alright. Back to what I was trying to do. Could just... It's 3. Okay. That makes sense. I'm willing to bet that the things they're missing are some of the iToy and some of the other peripheral-based PS2 stuff. That's kind of the gaps, I would assume. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I would think would be missing, because like when it comes to emulation, getting that stuff to cooperate on emulation is difficult. Either emulating the peripherals or getting the official peripherals to work with the emulator, that's like complicated. It's why I don't think you can emulate any of the Skylanders games, because they can't get the peripheral to cooperate. Even the official portals to cooperate, and they also can't get the Skylanders and stuff to transfer data-wise, even through the official portals and stuff, so. Okay, that's working. How does that look? Don't need that open. Or 0.5 millimeter above. Go direction. One and a half. Oh. Okay, that's better. I didn't take into account the scaling. Let me do that. I won't put the dots, but I'll put the... These really should be reversed, but oh well. This should have the hole, and that should have the peg. That would look better. Oh well. It's fine. Don't need you again. I'm gonna hope this cooperates. I'm gonna be mad when it don't. Oh, good. Voice commands. I can't wait for that to just never work. Look, here's the problem with voice commands, and this has been the thing since, like, forever. They do not work as well as anyone thinks they will. Because they are built and programmed in a controlled environment. This even goes backwards, back from that. Go look up, oh god, what's the name of it? Oh god, what's the PS2 game? Oh, the voice-controlled PS2 game. One second. No, not American Idol. Lifeline! This fucking video game. This thing. Watch anyone try to play this video game. You will find that it is the most frustrating, obnoxious thing in existence. Because how do you play this game? Hold up. I've never played it, but I have seen plenty of people play it. It is not good. So, I gotta find the specific part, the riddle of the fucking Sphinx that destroys everybody in this game. In this video game, you have to tell this woman what to do. You have to tell her what to do. You have to tell her exactly what to do. This right here, just telling her, check one of these, specifically, check this one that has the glowing light thing in it. Everyone fucks up forever because they don't know what to tell her that she will fucking understand to pick the goddamn thing in the goddamn dispenser that you fucking see clearly. That is this video game. It is a nightmarish, frustrating experience. And by the way, do you like combat? Guess what? Guess what combat's like? You have to tell her what to shoot on the enemy. She will not do anything herself. It's awful. Awful. And bear in mind, we have not gotten any better of making voice commands recognize what the fuck you're saying, especially if you have an accent of any kind. I have troubles with voice activated things because I used to play Tom Clancy's End War. That was voice controlled. And I had troubles with End War. And I don't have that much of an accent. But yeah. This. You want to see... Bear in mind, this is still a PS2 game. We have not gotten better than this. Not really. I think how that works. That should be center. I don't know how big I net the pegs for those feet. Three. Okay. Yeah, had one to help me getting back and forth from college. Why? They fucked up GPSs somehow. Of course not. Nope. Oh my god. There. That should get everything straightened up. Yeah, what did you think I was doing with that? Well, it's a grasshopper holding a driver, so you're not that far off. That should keep the legs straight. Okay. Just down to the upper arms. I'm sorry, it's too late for this song. See you in 12 months. Or 11 months. Also, thank you, Nintendo Deal, for tweeting this because, yeah, for anyone wanting to play Path of Radiance and not through emulation, yeah, it's a good thing it's on the Switch service because, pop quiz, folks, how much do you think Fire Emblem in case costs currently? Disc, case, manual, all that. How much you willing to ballpark that? Wrong. Higher. Try 230 or 200 at minimum. Not sealed, mind you. Opened. Sealed would be more. All I have on me is a disc. I only have the disc for Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. I don't have a case. It's in my Radiant Dawn case. Because I have Radiant Dawn in package. No, Path of Radiance is free with the GameCube emulator that's on Switch Online. So it's only as much as the expansion pack for Switch Online. And technically you're getting more with that. But yeah, just the original GameCube game. It is $230. So yeah, being on the Switch Online service is better. Oh, trust me. Old game prices, or not really going. Like, trying to pick up retro games at the moment sucks. It truly does. Because a whole bunch of investors decide to get in on this and jack up the prices with all their bullshit. So, hooray. Oh, it's just right there. It's Lifeline. You can find plenty of people who have streamed it. At least 2 people, no, 3 people I follow on Twitch have streamed it. So there's plenty of people who have tried to play that game, and it's never ended well. Everyone involved has just been like, what the fuck? No, love, no, please. That's not what I said. Love, please, no. Tell her to pick up a thing, and she's like, leave? Leave? Understood. I'm leaving the room. What do you mean what I did? Well, I got the bags. A lot more of what I want. You have seen nothing yet with that game. Probably. I have. Am I fine? Two. It's the shoulder joint. So. It's how Soto does their shoulder joints. Because what it does is you'll have... This will be your shoulder joint. So you get your full rotation. But then your upper arm, half of the arm, plugs into here. So you'll get your, out movement. Or third of it, actually. Because it'll have, a cut at the bicep, so you get a little bicep movement. That's stupid. There we go. Happy with We'll fix that after the fact. I'm not sure why that's the case, but we'll fix it after the fact. Okay. All right. Yes. Almost. Alright, need to... Tap here. 0.5. That's fair. That was that way like part of last week. Yes. That. Okay. That gives me enough room. I feel that in more ways than I am willing to admit. So that little. Wait, can I take... Fix that. Five. Well, okay. That is... Three. Horse. Alright, I don't know why I decided to pull the wrong part at a certain point, but decided to. My god. I was just worried I accidentally was modifying an existing part and I'd had to go in and fucking fix it, but no, we're okay. We're fine. For now. Alright, though, Spuddy, you have a good night. my god. $4.5. Okay, we're almost done. I just have to put everything... All right, we're done. We are done. Done making adjustments and stuff. I might do some stuff on the side. Probably shrink down these arms a bit. I'll just make adjustments on my own time, but we are done making the most of it, so... Okay. That took way longer than I thought it was going to end up being. some Discord notifications real quick. All right. Gotchard done. Doesn't add anything to our overall total, but 1 year into this doing this basically. So who next? You know, since we did a little Glorbo last time, we'll do X8 this next week. Work on him. Yeah, we'll work on X8 next. Yeah, that'll be next week. Quick note about next week's streams. We're gonna shove everything back a day and drop a stream. So there's no stream next Thursday, but we are doing CAD next Friday. Because Tommy won't be around for part of next week. So next Friday will be CAD. Instead of next Thursday. Next Thursday won't be any stream. Next Saturday should be Power Wash, I think. Should still be Power Wash. I think we're skipping a week on Cubiverse since Tommy will be out of town. But yeah, that'll be next Saturday, and then next Sunday will be Persona 4 the anime TGSR. But this week, we still have Cubiverse tomorrow. It'll be SSX Tricky. We'll have to mute the audio, or I'll have to see if I can mute the music. Probably boot up the game here in a minute, see if we can do that. But at least you get some audio from the game. Saturday, we're doing Power Wash. We're gonna start doing Power Wash. We're gonna start with Power Wash Simulator 1. And then Sunday will be TGS, first TGS of the year. Hooray. We'll see what we have to talk about then. So, anywho, folks, that's kind of the week and change ahead. Also, on the YouTube end of things, all of the weekly clubs for 2020 are scheduled. Hooray. I've scheduled my run through of Memory Heroes as kind of like a stopgap before I do something else. It might be Rampant Gaming next, or it might be something else smaller, just to give me a little bit of bigger break. But I'm basically almost a week ahead. I've got videos scheduled through next Wednesday, outside of the usual Monday uploads for what we do for the week. So tomorrow, I'm either getting, or probably tonight, I'm going to get another playlist, like, sorted and then schedule that tomorrow. Or just get it sorted tomorrow and schedule it. But either way, a little bit ahead. Hooray. So, if you like what you're seeing, folks, drop a follow, really appreciated. Exclamation point YouTube and chat gets that YouTube archive I was just talking about for this and all our other streams. Exclamation point social and chat gets the handles of our social media so we know we're live. Exclamation point Discord and chat gets us like, drop by, say hi. See you tomorrow, folks.